Hello, my wonderful audiences. I, your host, Dionysus, and happy anniversary to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks the 9th anniversary of our show, and I gotta say, mad props, mad respects, and also thank you to Ron Faust, who created this wonderful show. Thank you to the writers, to the voice actors, and of course to Hasbro. Even though I know a lot of us fans, well, not me, but I know a lot of fans are kind of iffy when it comes to Hasbro. Like, do we love them? Do we not like them? And for whatever reason, there is some hate towards Hasbro, but it is what it is, whatever. But anyway. Again, happy anniversary. And I first off want to say I do apologize for not being on this channel. I know I said I would do every episode and I haven't. And I might try to do tomorrow's episode since it is the grand finale, the final episode of the show itself. And I honestly am not prepared. I'm not ready. I don't know if you guys are ready or not, but I'm not. And I know there are several other fans who are not ready as well. Because to some of the fans out there, not to me, I like the show, I love the fandom, and it's just something I really can't explain. But I know to some fans, this is more than just a show that came on and they watched. This was something that lighted up their world. It gave them joy. It put a smile on their face when things were dark. And to be totally honest with you, I don't really know where to really start with this. Like, this isn't scripted, as you can probably tell with my idiotic rambling. Also, just in case anyone's wondering, my OC here is based on Harley Quinn. So, yeah, that's why she looks like this. And, you know what? Since I already said thank you to, Ron Faust and all of them, and I also say happy anniversary, I wanted to talk about, how I got into this fandom. I wanted to speak on how I came across this, little show. So let's first go back to 2012 of October. Now, during this time of the month, I enjoy watching creepy, scary videos. I've watched creepy, movies, the top best scary movies, the lamest scary movies. I've watched, the whole, creepy video games, and so much more. Well, one day I came across, like after I got home from work, I sat down and watched some creepy video game characters. And I came across this one video that said the top 10 or whatever it was creepy video games out there of like 2012 or something like that. Anyway, so I watched it, and one of them was the Luna game. And the guy, the narrator, was like, so this game came out, and it really did creep out a lot of bronies, because this game, it's a show that's supposed to be sweet and wholesome, but yet, what looks like a sweet game turned out to be a nightmare, and yada yada yada. Now, he said brony, which made no sense to me what that was. And I read the comment section, and seen that there was people who were in the fandom. Now, I didn't really care much for the show. I didn't even give it a second thought, to be honest with you. And so I just went on my day, but I kind of got curious, like, why are grown men and women liking a show about cute little ponies? That sounds so stupid. So I decided just for fun to look up the Luna game, which was creepy and all, and I will say the part where there's Pinky, or Pinkamena rather, you know, the episode Party of One where she loses her mind and she does that creepy face. Well, it was that, but more, black eyes with red pupils, and I think it was singing cupcakes backwards. So it was like, but much creepier than what I just did, of course. But anyway, uh, so yeah, I was kind of creeped out, mostly because it was 1 o'clock and I didn't expect a jump scare. But uh, I decided to, why not give it more of a chance? Why not give it a chance? And after I seen the Luna game, I went to see, it was My Little Pony on, like, try to get some information on the show itself. Like, why are people liking the show? And I came across these two guys who were doing commentary on the show, and it was the 3rd season, episodes 1 and 2. And like I say, I was pretty intrigued. It seemed decent. Like, again, at the time, I didn't like the whole sunshine, sunshine, butterflies awake, little thing, because I found that kind of cringy, if you will. I mean, granted, it's still cringe, but, like, as a fan, it's not as cringy as it once was, if that, makes any sense. But I decided, after watching a couple of episodes with these guys, that why not, watch it myself without commentary. Why not just start with episode 1 and go from there? So I did. Episode 1, season 1. And it was absolutely terrible. And it was just the intro, to be honest. The whole, once upon a time, there was a magical land of ponies, and it was Celestia telling the whole, how Nightmare Moon came to be, blah blah blah. It hurt. It hurt every fiber of my being. But I decided, to not skip past the episode. I watched the entire episode, and I decided, why not do the whole rule of 3? Like, give 3 episodes a shot, and then, call it quits or whatever if it's good or not. Well, episode 3 was pretty good. I liked it. Then episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. To wrap up was kind of catchy. And so was the art of the dress. And I figured out where the 20% cool, the 10% cooler meme came from in the fandom, as well as where the picture came from of, Pinkie Pie's little psycho image, if you will, in Party of One. Which, incidentally, is also the episode that made me officially like Pinkie Pie. I kind of like the psycho-based characters, like Harley Quinn, Toga from My Hero Academia, those type of characters. And even though Pinkie Pie isn't insane in their way, she's still kind of crazy in her own random way. And so I've seen season 2. Holy crap, it's John Delancey. He's voicing Discord. Who saw this coming? What is this? And not just that, but I remember there was some risque jokes in there too, with the whole Spike was Spike passed out in the punch bowl, to which Pinkie Pie says, "Oh, looks like the punch has been spiked." Which, okay. This little girl show has a little bit of a spine to it, if you will. Granted, I think there's no more adult, risque jokes anymore, but it's still okay. The show is still good. I'm not really going to lie, I kinda miss those times, to be honest with you. And I'm pretty sure most of you out there can agree. Like, seasons 1 through 3 were the dawn of the pony fandom, the golden age, so to speak. And why are there Christmas presents when it's only October? Anyway, it was the golden age of bronies, basically. And I remember seeing Mido Dashi, Cupcakes, Rainbow Factory, where your hordes and your fears and horrors come true in the Rainbow Factory. And then Discord song. And then I just got swamped in this whole brony culture, and I don't regret it one bit. But I noticed something after season 3. Background ponies were no more. There's no such thing as background ponies. You got Vinyl Scratch, Derpy, Octavia, and so every other background pony from season 1 through 3 here. But after that, even though there were some neat designs, like in season 4, I think there was the cheerleaders from the Rainbow Falls episode, but nobody uses them. No one talks about them. And I mean, yeah, we got like Coco Pomo, Tree Hugger, the characters, the ponies in Starlight's old town, all of them. But to be fair, they were technically guest ponies like Trixie and Luna and them, not background, like again, Derpy, Vinyl Scratch, and all of them were just in the background constantly, like Bon Bon and Lyra. And I kind of miss that. And then, of course, during season 4, sorry, there was no more Dear Princess Celestia. It was gone. Which I kind of miss. I kind of miss the whole Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned blah blah blah. And I've noticed when season 5 and 6 were coming, the fandom kinda dwindled a little bit. Like, it was no longer at its youth. The foundation was made, the building was set up, it was basically already here. There was nothing else to really do. And don't get me wrong, we still have great stuff, great animation, like Magpie Pony does a fantastic job of singing, and also the little comics that she does. Scribbler, she does a great job with the fanfiction reading, and also I know there's other MLP animators still out today. But I don't know, it just doesn't have that feel like it used to back with Mido Dashi, when that was the biggest thing. And I still remember a mysterious mare duel was the most hated episode in the entire show. And what's funny is, I don't think anyone has talked about the new most hated episode in the entire show. The most boring or dullest episode. Just like we don't have any more background points. Just like we don't we're not like what we used to be, and I don't want to sound like a like one of those annoying fans that sit there and say the OG seasons 1 to 3 were the best, whatever. I love all the seasons. I would not trade any of the seasons for the world. Each one was good, but at the end of the day, what can you do? What can the writers, the creators do? I mean, right now, tomorrow, Twilight is going to be the official oh, whoops. She's going to be the official princess of all of Equestria. What would season 10 Twilight do? Be the princess of the universe? And then you got Starlight. What is she going to do? Be the next Alicorn? And then you have Rainbow Dash, who is the Wonderbolts. She in season 1 had a goal, a dream, and she busted her flank to get to that dream, and she finally did. Now, granted, I stopped at episode 5 because I wanted to do commentaries on each episode and do a blind commentary on each one. So I don't know if she is the official captain of the Wonderbolts, but it wouldn't surprise me if she is. And Verity, of course, I'm pretty sure, has boutiques in the Dragonlands and in Yakistan. She's gonna have boutiques all over the place. These characters, they grew with the season. Like, I know a lot of fans keep saying how Fluttershy, she's always relearning the lesson, she's always shy and incompetent and blah blah blah. Like, no, I mean, in season 2, she learns to be assertive, and then she kinda keeps with that. But then, lately, in season maybe like 6 or whatever, she became full-fledged assertive. Like, no, let's not do this. I don't like this idea. Let's not do this because it makes me uncomfortable. But, there's just so much to discuss, so much to talk about. And I kind of wish I had someone else to really bounce off of to kind of go down memory lane with. But sadly, I started back in season 8. I got into this fandom in 2012. I wish I started back then. I wish I would have done commentary back then. But I didn't. That was my mistake, and I regret it. Because who knows? Who knows? I might have met or got to see or talk to these awesome content creators like Cobalt Sky, Soundspeed, Magpie, insert any other awesome, Silverquill, all of them. I could have, who knows? Who knows? I could have probably went to BronyCon. I never had the opportunity to go there. And sadly, I might not ever be able to. What really boils my blood, and I'm gonna say this right now, what really boils my blood is the fact that Chris Chan, of all people, got to go to BronyCon. And yet, there are those of us with jobs and stuff like that who will never be able to go to BronyCon. But yet, Chris Chan, who was a disgrace to not only this fandom, but the human race and everything else, was able to go to a convention that most of us would have dreamed of. But anyway, I digress. I feel like I kind of covered everything. I talked about, you know, how I got into the fandom with the Luna game. I talked about my feelings, how I was kind of disgusted at first, but then I loved it. I said happy anniversary. I discussed the fun things, the the stuff that we made, the fan fiction, the animations, everything, background characters. I wish there was more for me to say. I really wish there was more for me to say, but like I said, this would have probably been better if I had someone to kind of bounce off of, you know? And listen, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you. Thank you. I know I just been kind of rambling. I didn't really have much of a, we'll talk about this first, this second, and kind of have a cohesive kind of, script, if you will. I don't want to call it a rant. This ain't a rant or event. It's just me discussing MLP. How far we've come, how much it means to not just me, but fans. And mind you, this is not the end. This is not the end of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. The fans will still last, and Generation 5 is right around the corner. It's going to come out, it's confirmed. But I kind of feel sorry for Generation 5. Simply because of what it has to go up against, what it has to compete with. Now mind you, I wish Generation 5 the best. I hope it's good. I hope it's great. I hope it can rival Generation 4. But sadly though, the one thing it will never have is that spark. That spark that came from Generation 4. From us, the fandom. Cause if what I've seen a couple of the comments said were true, this show was supposed to end in season 3. But due to the fan base, Hasbro decided, nah, let's keep at it. Let's keep making more episodes. Let's make episode 100 a thank you letter to the fans. Let's give them a little bit of fan service with some of the background ponies and all of that. And they did. Not only did they give us MLP, but they gave us Equestria Girls. They gave us something that none of us could ever see coming. Because who knew, right? Who knew that a show about magical little ponies would have such a huge fan base, a devoted fan base, which, mind you, to some individuals out there, this isn't just your little show, this is more to them. This was, and I know I already said this, but again, this was something more to them, something greater to them that we can't really understand. This was something special to them. And now, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is the end. The grand finale. The final curtain. The last dance of the night. PonyCon has, in technicality, sorry about that little glitch there, but PonyCon has ended this year, and there's still going to be BabCon and stuff like that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, PonyCon is still going to keep going until 2025. If I'm not mistaken, I probably am. But it won't be the same. It won't be the same, and like all good things, it must come to an end. But I'd like to say one last thing, though. It was fun. It was fun. Every thing was fun. The commentators, the creators, the fanfiction writers, everyone in this fandom was fantastic. And I'm going to miss every one of them. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure they will do a little bit more after the show has ended. But for how long, though? I mean, how long will they continue? How long will Silver Quill or Magpie or anyone else continue? Until there's nothing else to do. Until it is officially over. What are they going to do after this? Now, granted, I do intend to hopefully do Generation 5 commentary. But I don't know until that time comes. And so, again, if you got to this far in the video, into my rambling, thank you. And again, thank you Lauren Faust. Thank you Hasbro. Thank you voice actors. Thank you BronyCon. Thank you creators, fanfiction writers. Thank every last one of you for 9 years of happiness, for 9 years of joy, for 9 years of something that none of us saw coming ever. Thank you. I will be doing the episode tomorrow. I will try to find time to do it. I won't be happy to, simply because it's the final episode. But I must. So, farewell. Until next time, my glorious audience.